What's up, ladies and gents? Random Guy Monism here with another video review. This time on Transformers Titans Return Voyager class Astrotrain. My first Voyager in the Titans Return line, and my god, I made a really good decision. I mean, not a really good decision. This figure is okay, but, you know, for the most part, he does what he needs to do. First, though, we gotta look at his card. There's Astrotrain. His name is Astrotrain with a trademark. He's got this artwork going on here. And then you flip to the back, you got Astrotrain and Dark Moon. Those are his tech specs with both. Okay, here we have Astrotrain, who is a repaint of Sentinel Prime. But Sentinel Prime was obviously the repaint of Astrotrain, because this mold is so Astrotrain and it works so much better as Astrotrain. Anyway, let's look at the details. I went ahead and kind of made a bad attempt at painting the windows yellow, because this guy really doesn't have much paint details. I mean, like where Sentinel Prime, they painted the wheels on Sentinel Prime, but they sacrificed the painted wheels for painted turrets. I mean, the painted turrets work wonders, but it would have been nice if they actually painted the wheels as well. You know, that's the case with most of these figures. They need more paint, but what are you gonna do? They have a budget, and it's probably not a lot. Anyway, that's nice. There's nice molded details. Again, not picked out in paint. You know, I got the wheels picked out. The turrets up above are painted. Got this big purple section with a translucent purple cockpit. Excuse me, oh my, I just ate. And then when you come to the back, it's the exact same thing. So, you know, it's not the best looking train mode, but it's a train mode and it works. He does have these two large wheels on each side of the train cabs, and a small little wheel in the center, but he rolls okay. He slides more than anything. Chugga, 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 choo choo. Okay, anyway. For size comparison, here he is with another Titans Return Deluxe. Here he is a chrome dome. And you know, that scale doesn't like work at all. I mean, like in lengthwise it does, but like height-wise, not so much. And here he is with Voyager Motormaster from Combiner Wars. Just so you can see that he is the longest thing I own. You know, if they make a they could make like a, if they can heavily remold this, they can make like a good rug out of it. I don't know. I mean, they just have to make a anyway, I'm getting off topic. Accessory wise, Astrotrain comes with this purple gun and this purple gun for the Titan Masters to sit in. But these are like Sentinel Prime's guns, just cast in purple plastic as opposed to the gunmetal gray plastic. And you know, you got several ports to store them. You could store the guns here, or you store them like that, or you could take this gun and you just store it like that, and you can have like that going on. You could store them in these ports on the side. I've seen other video reviews where these side ports are droopy. Mine, luckily, are not really. Like, I mean, if you just touch them, then this one kind of droops, but it doesn't just right off the bat. But, you know, QC, it happens. You can't control it. And his Titan Master, QC, oh, never mind. His Titan Master, Dark Moon, or I like to call Astro Boy, because he's riding the Astrotrain. Astro Boy, okay, I'm gonna stop. It's Dark Moon. It's just Sentinel Prime's Titan Master, cast in purple plastic and no paint at all. Anyway, here's his, there's his little head. My camera will focus. Oh god, I had him off the side, I'm sorry. Anyway, it's just Sentinel Prime's little Titan Master, except everything that was cast in orange was cast in black. It's very nicely detailed, and the only difference is the head on the back. Now, articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint, of course, like all other Titan Masters. Shoulders can't do a fully 60, they can go up that much. And his hips, these are the loosest hips I've had on a Titans Return Titan Master. Since I don't know when, but it's like, I can't escape loose hips. My G-axis has it, my Dark Mount has it, and now this has it. It's okay though. Hips go forward and sort of back, knees can bend. Okay, it's not okay. This is way too much looseness. I might have to floor polish that, but, or nail polish remover, I don't know which one. Anyway, you can sit little Dark Moon into the gun, so you can have that going for him. Or you can take this little cockpit section here, open it up, and you got a seat with some nice molded details in there. You just sit little Dark Moon in there, close the cockpit up, and he's now riding the train. All aboard the train of astronomical proportions. Choo-choo. Anyway, that's about it for Astrotrain's robot train mode. Let's get him into his shuttle mode, and you can, in fact, leave Dark Moon in the little cockpit section when converting to shuttle mode. So let's get the shuttle mode right now. First thing we're gonna do, because this is something I showed off on Instagram. You open this up, flip this around, get the nose cones going get the nose cone ready for the shuttle mode. However, in this mode, it makes him look like a bullet train. Ha! Anyway, we're just gonna take these wings and untab them. This one, this tabs right in here. And then say on this one where there's a slot right there on what will be the robot mode chest. We just leave that for now, up like this, I guess. Next, we're going to take these sections and bring them down, because this little section, this sandwiches this gap that's left in the robot mode arms. Bring those down. Then we're going to take these sections and flip them up to reveal some shuttle detailing. Same thing on the other side, just separate that, and then this tab will tab into that slot right there. Just bring the waist assembly together, or what will be the robot mode waist. You flip that section up, come to the other side, flip those sections up. This one flipped up by itself, or I already did that probably. Next, we're going to take the arms and bring them down. Then we're going to take this section, and this slot will just tab into this tab will tab into that slot. And then we're just going to adjust this as sort of in a way that this little section right here will just like clip in right in between that tiny gap. And we have to make it as well so that this tab up here tabs into that slot in what will be Astrotrain's arm. And there we go. And then you could just take these sections and fan them out like so. And here we have Astrotrain in this shuttle mode. And this shuttle mode works a little better. I mean, like, it could I probably would have wanted this, like, I would have preferred a much more like distinct looking, a much more like make it look more like a cockpit, but hey, it works. It's a shuttle. It does what it needs to do. You know, it again needs more paint, obviously. Like make this look like the cockpit, because this obviously is a cockpit, but whatever. It's nicely molded. The thing with these Hasbro figures, they're nicely molded figures just lack paint. You know, story of Hasbro's life from now on. And then you go under and you got the man under the jet, which leads us into some size comparisons. Here he is with Titans Return Scourge. Just to get a scale, sense of scale, man under the jet. And you're gonna like it, and this one's gonna be obvious. Here he is with Voyager Cyclonus from Combiner Wars. Because, you know, man under the jet. From the makers of Ghost in the Shell, we bring you Man Under a Jet. Ha, okay, I'll stop now. I'm sorry. Anyway, you know, the cues are there. Like, this kind of reminds me of this, but you know, they're supposed to be two different things. Anyways, you got Decepticon symbols on each wing, and you know, you could accessorize Astrotrain. You could plug in. You can use the same ports. Bring those sections up, and then just. Excuse me, I'm burping all over the place. And you can just do that. Me personally, or you can store the guns under in these ports right here. There's another option. So you have that look going. And last but certainly not least, the aspect of the shuttle mode. You just come under here and there's a little not a landing gear, it's a little platform. And you take out the robot mode chest and flip out his nipples. And they also make landing nubs. So now it looks like it doesn't really make a difference. Earthquake, I'm sorry. It doesn't really make much of a difference, but, you know, makes sense in a way, I guess. Anyway, on to the robot mode. Now we're just going to take little Dark Moon out, because we're going to need him for the robot mode. He's obviously the head. And now we're just going to start... I don't speak English. We're going to start, you know, making our robot out of this jet. And we're going to close those fins up, untap the wings, and just bring them back here on this double hinge. Bring them back like that. Then we're going to, and next we're going to take these sections, fold them down, and the tabs up here will just have into these slots, these individual slots, just right there. The same thing on the back, same tab and slot thing. And we're going to rotate these legs forward, fold the nose cone sections up to make the feet, and there are his legs. They're all done. Next we're going to take the hand and we're just going to flip it out, and then this little tab right here will just slot in right there to make his arm. The same thing on this side, and we got his arms. And last but certainly not least, we're going to take little Dark Moon here, fold him up into his head mode, raise the camera up because my god, he's gonna get tall. Sorry, it's just my camera's just really close to the table, so the tripod little tripod adjust height thingy handle whatever. You get the point. The handle will just okay. Next, we're gonna take little Dark Moon and we're gonna plug his head in, and you know that doesn't look too good. I'm gonna raise the camera up a bit more. I'm sorry. And that doesn't look too good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this section and pull it forward and bam, shoulder things. And here we have Astrotrain in his robot mode. And you know, this was, if the train and shuttle mode wasn't obvious, the robot mode design definitely was better suited for Astrotrain as opposed to a Sentinel Prime. Anyway, here's the head sculpt. Let's look at the head of his. It's got a nice, he's got painted red eyes. They look black. He looks like a demon. But you know, that's an Astrotrain-y head. That looks like Astrotrain. And this design pretty much is just all Astrotrain. You know, legs, well, you know, the legs have the thing going, but you know, I'll get over that. I can easily get over that because it's Astrotrain. Astrotrain is actually this is actually like, you know, Megatron is Blitzwing, Optimus is Octane, what they're calling Octone now, and you know, Sentinel Prime is Astrotrain. And you know, this is a good looking Astrotrain. Now for articulation, his head, if you leave the shoulder sections down, his head can fully rotate a full 360. However, if you bring these sections up, it does have that little thing in there that just swivels around. Shoulders, they go outward and inward. They kind of click in due to transformation. You can do a full 360 with the shoulders, but the back, if you get the back kibble out of the way. Bicep swivel, elbow joint, no wrist swivel, no waist joint due to the way he transforms. Hips go forward, hips go back. Not really. Hips go outward and inward. Bicep swivel. He's got a knee joint. And you can do something with his feet. He doesn't have ankle tilts. And that's pretty much it for articulation. He can hold his guns. What happened? Did I rock you? Anyway, you can take his guns and you can hold them. Or you could store them on the back. Do whatever you want. It's your toy. Display them with the guns, or store them on the back. It's up to you what you want to do with them. And yeah, that's Robot Mode Astrotrain. Now for comparison, I don't know what happened. He's not balancing properly anymore. Okay, there we go. And for comparison, just one thing I forgot to do is I need to do size comparisons with Darkmoon just to show how small he is. So for comparison, we're going to start off. Here he is with this Fireman. Here he is with Hank. And here he is with Little Legends Hot Rod. So he is quite... The Titan Masters are the smallest things I own. And you know, now we're gonna go to the Robo comparisons. Here he is with Chrome Dome and Scourge. Here he is with Motor Master. And here he is with Cyclonus. And that's about it for the review. Astrotrain. This mold was definitely meant for Astrotrain. It's kind of like a case of the second one was the better. I don't know how to word it, but it's like this was definitely meant. This mold was definitely meant for Astrotrain more so than Sentinel Prime, but they should release Sentinel Prime first to get them to get their money's worth. To make more money. Like if you want a classic Astrotrain, this will do fine. If you got this mold as Sentinel Prime, that's fine too. But just saying this mold was meant more for Sentinel. Okay, Astrotrain, good figure. He is a good figure. This mold is definitely meant for Astrotrain more so than Sentinel Prime. Not knocking on Sentinel Prime, because that looks like a good figure, just very, very orange. Whereas this one is very, very white with a bit of red and purple. And some, you know, this has got more paint, this one got more coloration going for it than Sentinel Prime. But this mold was made more so for Astrotrain than Sentinel Prime, much like how Optimus is meant for Octane, and Megatron is meant for Blitzwing. So now we have like the three brothers in their proper like designs, I guess. Because I mean, this one's very much Astrotrain, Optimus is very much Octane, and Megatron is very much Blitzwing. So if you see this figure and you want a classic Astrotrain, pick it up. If not, then hey, you save money. See ya.